We're really excited to show you the Department of Mechanical Engineering. We have some great research that's going on here, great faculty, great students. And I think one of the things that you'll find as you're here is that the students really enjoy their experience. So I'm hoping you'll take some time to talk to many of the other students that are here. You'll find that some are here from all over the world. I mean, we have, lots of students from Utah, as you might guess, but we also have students from all over the country and all over the world. So, please take the opportunity to meet them and get a sense of what it's like to live here in Utah and to work and take classes and to do research at the Department of Mechanical Engineering. I'll mention a couple of things in addition to what the dean mentioned. He told a lot of the interesting things about the state and about the college. You'd probably be interested to know that there's about 250 graduate students in our department right now. About half of those are PhD students. So we are steadily growing is maybe one of the things to recognize. We have about 38 faculty right now, and those numbers are increasing. We're hoping to hire 2 additional faculty this summer in robotics and 2 additional faculty in aerospace engineering, as well as a lecturing professor in systems engineering. So we continue to grow as a department, and because of that, we need a lot of graduate students to help us to accomplish the research. I can't tell you how important graduate students are to the success of our department as a whole. And as a faculty member myself, I have about 10 PhD students in my lab and some master students, and that's what my main job is. I spend my time talking to my graduate students. Even as department chair, my focus is on this research effort, and I recognize how important each of you are to our success. And so we're hoping that you'll want to join us, and you'll be able to find a faculty member that you can work with closely and that will help you to develop the skills and abilities that you'd like to have when you graduate. I think you'll find that we have some great mentors in our department. We have, in fact, a number of our faculty have won mentoring awards. They're excellent at working with graduate students. They know how to help teach and train you to be prepared for whatever your career may be, whether you want to go into academia, maybe be a professor, whether you want to go into industry and, as the dean noted, maybe even start your own companies. We also have had great success in placing people in national labs and other prominent positions across the country and throughout the world. So we're able to basically customize your graduate experience to whatever your needs are and whatever your interests are. And so as you work with your, talk to some of the various faculty members and the different members of the department, keep in mind that we would like to help you to reach your potential, get to the place where you would like to go. Certainly we can, sometimes we have to do that through, what we have available, but this really is about how can we help you be successful. So as you, look around, I think you'll find lots of interesting areas that you can explore. We have, you mentioned we're hiring some folks in robotics. We already have a really strong group in robotics, and I know that many of you have an interest in that area. So please, take an opportunity to interact with some of the faculty and others in those fields. We've, had great success over a long period of time. The dean mentioned Steve Jacobson was essentially the founding faculty member in our robotics field for our department, and developed the Utah hand and these exoskeletons and others, and that legacy continues on with many of the students that have, or faculty that have followed in his footsteps. We have some great robotics faculty that do everything from drones to medical robotics to haptics and feeling and touch to rehabilitation. And anyways, there's all kinds of different robotic opportunities for those that are interested. We also have some really number of other real strength areas. We have a strong group in environmental fluid mechanics. that's looking at flows over large structures, buildings, mountains, you know, and what would happen if certain where does pollution go? Where do pests go? And there's all sorts of interesting questions related to large scale fluid mechanics. Now, we also have the opposite. I do research in microfluidics, and we have a group that does similar sorts of research on micro devices, sensors, wearable devices that can monitor how your health conditions, or maybe just connect you to the wider world while you're moving around. So there's a big group in the micro nano area, including a nano heat transfer group. So anyways, depending on what you're interested in, you should be able to find someone that covers what you're looking into. We also have a real strength in both experimental mechanics and computational mechanics. So there's some professors that have had great success in those areas and are constantly building and and developing new techniques in those areas. So I'd encourage you, if you have interest there, to talk with some of those faculty. We have faculty that work in sustainable energy and trying to overcome some of the challenges of this, the carbon life cycles and all sorts of things related to sustainable energy. So take the time to follow up on that as well. And then I mentioned because of the medical school and others, we do have a lot of interest in biomechanics, biomedical devices, and so there's a group of faculty that work in those areas. And then finally, we're developing this aerospace engineering capability. We'll be hiring those 2 faculty. So if any of you have an interest in that area, I'd encourage you to talk to me. We'll be hiring those folks fairly soon, and I'd like to get you in touch with some of those individuals that will be coming on board as they do so. So yeah, let me know if that happens to be an interest of yours. And then finally, we're also developing some capabilities in systems engineering. We have a systems engineering certificate, and we'll be hiring some additional faculty in that area. So if you have an interest there, that may not be well advertised on our website, but that'll be something that's coming up here fairly soon. So in any case, that's kind of an introduction to our department. I guess I should mention one other thing, that we do have a new addition to our building coming online in January. We're excited about that. That'll include some new graduate student spaces and hopefully some opportunities to get graduate students together in maybe a more of a community feel. So we're excited to establish those spaces as well and get you an opportunity to participate in that. Anyways, that's some of our background.